Well, good morning. Good morning from Gautier, Mississippi. We've strayed a little bit out of Florida today. And here we are along a bayou in Mississippi. The sun is still rising. Mom is still sleeping, but we're still going to get an early start today. Now the birds have woken up. And according to our hosts here, they really take care of the mosquito population pretty well. And we just did an Airbnb. You can see the nice place behind us. And we are right on the water. And here is close-up of a Mississippi bayou. There you go. Look like sawgrass all along the sides. Says there are gators in here. I saw something over there. Something swimming. Could be one. Well, the birds are called martins, by the way. Although we kind of scared them away, we could still hear them in the trees. But let's hit the road and see what's around here.
They'll ship me out on a boat off the coast, on a bus to Mexico, stick an umbrella in my glass.
Our first stop is Shepard Park, and that's right outside, or I guess it's in Gautier, I think that's how you pronounce it, Mississippi. And we've got a sign here with all the trails. Looks like there's a lot to choose from. There's the Zulu Trail, the Kilo Trail, Charlie Trail, Echo Trail, Romeo Trail, Tango Trail, Juliet Trail. One issue with this sign, though, is that it doesn't say where we are. So let's just take whatever trail this is. Well, we got some signage here to the Delta and Oscar trails. So let's get started. Okay, there's a clearing over here. We passed the sign for the Delta Trail. I'd like to see the Delta, but let's take a look at this first because this just looks really nice. We got a bridge up there. And it looks like it goes out on a boardwalk. Well, let's do this one first and then do the Delta Trail. So we appear to be the only people here. And it was a $4 entrance fee. We just left at the in a box at the entrance. They have camping. I think that was $18 a night. Marsh Walk Pier. And they've got some marsh birds, crabs, shrimp, and of course alligators. Look at the size of this grasshopper here. This is some nice wildlife we're starting out with here. We were just talking this morning about how you can eat grasshoppers in hot sauce. Mom's worried that it's going to run away and she's not going to get a picture, but little does she know they're like every few feet here. Here's another one. You wouldn't run away, would you? Let us take your picture. Look how they walk. Walking so nicely there. I wonder what kind of lizards they've got here. And this is a really nice elevated boardwalk here. And it looks like we're going to be heading off to the left, a little bit into the forest. Sounds like fun. Now we're starting to hear alligator sounds. Here in the Salt Marsh, Shepard State Park. Hopefully we'll see some. So we got a sign here for Maritime Forest. Coastal wooded habitats found near the shoreline. And that's what we're looking at here. We are about to walk through Maritime Forest. And that's what we're looking at here. We're about to walk through a maritime forest. And now the trail is opened up on both sides as we're approaching the forest. Pinecone. I want to see some wildlife in the water. Well, here's an alligator sign, and unlike what we see in most of the parks, it's not just to beware of alligators. Actually, tell us a little bit about alligators here. They live in 72 of 82 counties in Mississippi and are prevalent along the Gulf Coast. They swim into estuaries and use these areas to nest, hunt, and reproduce. Alligators eat crabs, turtles, and fish. And there's a little one there. Look at the baby one here in the picture. And there's an adult. Just scanning the waters here, see if we see any, but we've heard some already. What a nice scenery though. And it's different, totally different than the parks we've been into in Florida, even where they have alligators and stuff. It's a different environment. All right, into the forest we go. Well, forest it is here at the end of the pier, but playground and stuff. This is really for campers. They got some disc catcher. You could play that game. We used to play that a little bit in New Jersey. The park near the beaches had that. But I think we are going to turn back on the boardwalk, catch back up to Mom here. Now Mom's ahead of us because we turned around. And we are going to check out the Delta Trail. Crabs and shrimp live in the estuaries all across the Gulf of Mexico, play an important role in the ecosystem, feeding on small bottom-dwelling organisms. Well, if you come here, I do highly recommend this marsh walk. It's a really, really great scenery. I heard something jump in the water there. I don't know what it was, but Mom found a crab. Let's go see. They're trying to get you? Oh, they wouldn't do that. They're little pinchers. How did I miss that? Did I just walk right by it? Oh. Where'd he go? Well, I saw him, and I don't know if I got him on film, but he crawled into a hole in the ground. He was fast. Let's see if we can track down one of these water creatures. Don't see anything. Well, actually I see something, but it's not a water critter. It's a little of those grasshoppers, but this time it's in its native habitat here on the grass itself. So let's get a nice shot of that. There we go, right in its native habitat there. That's a good one. Along the trail we see a lot of these wildflowers. There's two of them here. Well, we've reached the Delta Trail. Let's check out the Delta. And this one's a little more do-it-yourself. It doesn't have a elevated boardwalk or anything. Some saw palmettos over there. And ahead. Things falling out of the tree. Ah! And I just walked through a giant spider web. There's a nice white mushroom there. And now we're descending into ferns, and it's getting to be wetland. I think we might be done with this trail just given the fact that it's like totally wet and we didn't really bring boots or anything. Well, 1.5 miles so far has been a good warm up for the day. Let's head to the beach. So here we are at the beach. This is Ocean Springs Beach in Mississippi. And over there we got the Ocean Springs Yacht Club. And there's a causeway. Here, the Gulf of Mexico. And I believe the land you see out there is like a barrier island. See this pier here, it used to be a pier, probably destroyed in a hurricane. And it's summer here, and so to be expected, but it's really hot like Florida. And if you're in the mood, you can have a game of human chess here. Got a big chessboard, life size. I don't see any pieces. Maybe they're in the shed there. But we're here for the beach. A little bit of waves. Now that we're over the white sand, it is just super, super hot here. I feel like I'm roasting, getting sunburned as I just stand here. Just taking a little walk. Some aquatic birds here. Mom, of course, is more interested in the shells, of which there are a few. Find anything? Oyster shells. Ooh, where there's oyster shells, there's oysters. There's some of the oyster shells. A little rock. So there's development along the beach here, and it's residential development, but it's not like, you know, big high rises or anything, and it's not private beach, you know, it's a public beach, so that's great. See houses like that, they are really high up due to the flooding that occurs here, and over there too, that big house over there, you know, the first floor is not house, it's just being elevated so it doesn't flood, because along the Gulf here it's all prime hurricane zone. Here's a lot of shells, they're all kind of broken from the rocks, I think. And Mom found a couple here and they're a little different. But I see something interesting. Something that interests me, a little wildlife here. And we're just walking along the concrete sidewalk or trail that goes along the beach. Headed east. Just checking out the sights. Usually along the beach, you know, it's a rough walk, but having the sidewalk here is actually kind of nice. Get a nice, easy beach walk for a change. And here you could see what I mean. You could really see how elevated that house is. I mean, that ground floor. It's not house, it's not basement. It's just there to protect from the flood. What a nice house, though. Even in the Airbnb where we stayed on the bayou last night, had the concrete pillars like that. They said it's a little more stable, a little more secure in the hurricanes than the wood types. Hopefully they're right. So now I've crossed the street away from the Gulf, and I'm walking through a sidewalk here, and I'm guessing there probably used to be houses on both sides of me, and this is just a vacant lot now. Probably as a result of Hurricane Katrina. And I've been to Mississippi's Gulf Coast once before, and that was many years ago. In fact, it was the month before Katrina hit. So I took a vacation with my wife and son. We went to Biloxi, visited New Orleans and stuff, and that was right before Katrina hit. And I remember looking at the news footage right after, and seeing a lot of the places that we'd gone to were just, you know, no longer there at all. And there's a really beautiful southern house, and you know, it's right there facing the Gulf. It's not on stilts, I don't think, or on concrete pillars. It might be, but if they are, it's behind, but it's on a hill, so it's got some protection. Our next destination is in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and we are here at the recommendation of our host this morning. He said he is from Pascagoula, and while we're here, he said we have to try Bozo's, and that is the thing to do in Pascagoula. And this looks like a nice town. A lot of it damaged in the hurricane, though. There's a lot of empty buildings, and not because of the economy, just because of the damage. But this is Bozo's Seafood Market and Grill. I'll take a little walk around the restaurant while I wait for seating. And they got some nice signs out here. I like this one a lot. I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but I turned myself around. See, that kind of humor is just right up my alley. So we got a paper tablecloth here, I guess because we're gonna make a mess. Fried pickles. Yeah, I like pretty much anything to eat, but what I don't like is pickles. And last night driving out here, you know, it was late at night and it was raining and storm and stuff, so we just stopped at Burger King on the way too. And I asked for no pickles on my cheeseburger, and sure enough, there's bit into this giant pickle in the middle of it, and I couldn't even eat it. So, but let's see what's on the menu that's actually edible here. World famous po' boys. Now that sounds interesting. They got some nice names here too. I like this. Shrimp Station, Keep It Shrimple, The Love Boat, and Crabtastic. So I'm going to start out with the Firecracker Shrimp, which is at $9, great deal. And I am going to get a Shrimp Overload World Famous Po' Boy. And it says all the shrimp here is, as you'd expect, local Gulf shrimp. No imported shrimp here. And there's the Firecracker Shrimp. And these are spicy and sweet and delicious. These are really, really good. And only fitting that we have Firecracker Shrimp on 4th of July weekend here. And if you're watching from outside the U.S., that's American Independence Day, and we do fireworks. Okay, this is no joke. This is the Shrimp Po' Boy to end all shrimp po' boys. Just look at all the shrimp here. Shrimp Po' Boy selfie. Well, I'm making some progress. I'm on the second half here. The bread is delicious. I mean, there's just shrimp hanging off this sandwich and all over the place. The shrimp is so good. Cooked perfectly. Get this one before it falls off. Well, I gotta hand it to Tommy, our Airbnb host, for recommending this place. It was great, and we really got a flavor for some Mississippi Gulf cooking, at least in the shrimp department. So I guess that's our last destination in Mississippi Gulf Coast for today. So we'll see you next time in Alabama. I take day trips just about every weekend. I'm based out of Central Florida, so most of my videos will be set in that part of the world. If you're interested in things to do in Florida, or if you just want to come along for the ride, you can hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or any suggestions for future trips, please leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching.